Sometimes projects seem to be so difficult and all of a sudden you find out there's a much easier way. My job involves looking after Council's nature parks, including this reserve. It's over 300 hectares in size and used to be called the Pasturage Reserve because for over 100 years it was primarily for cattle grazing, and about a third of the forest had been cleared for cattle grazing. But because this reserve is right next to Bargara, which is a very fast-growing coastal town, the local community wanted to come in here and enjoy the local wildlife and the environment, and they wanted to see the forest restored. So in 2013, the council changed the name to Barolin Nature Reserve and started a tree planting program. And part of my job was to get a lot of people to come in here and help plant those trees. But it was very, very labour intensive. We had to do a lot of mulching. We used stakes and we had a lot of follow-up watering, and we really only had the resources to do about 1 acre every year. And at that rate, it would have taken us 100 years to plant this big bare area. So someone suggested then that I contact Greenfleet, and they came up and they had a look at the site and they said they were very interested in replanting it for us, over 90 hectares at no charge, provided we promised never to cut down the trees. And that's what's happened.
Greenfleet doesn't get any money from the government. All of our money comes from our supporters who are seeking to offset their carbon emissions, so they're seeking to be better people, better corporate citizens. So all the money, so this is one of the most wonderful situations where we have private money creating a better common good. So there's a few things going on here. We're offsetting carbon emissions, we're improving the habitat for local animals in Barolin Nature Reserve, and we're also protecting the turtles from Mon Repos. Well, this is the really exciting bit. The turtles are affected by glow from local communities, and the trees help to mask the beach from that glow. It's fabulous.
The first steps that we had were around preparing the site from ground preparation point of view. So we've had a machine out here with a ripper, just cultivating the ground and ready for follow-up operations. And the key to cultivation, the reason we cultivate, is to give those trees the best possible start that they can get. It does speed up all the operations, like the planting operation becomes much more efficient and all the rest of it, but the key there is root development and making sure that those trees get well established in the rip lines, and that sets them up really well for the rest of the growing period. Following that, we've done a pre-plant spray where we've gone over all these rip lines with a tractor and a boom, and we've just applied Roundup and knocked down all of the weeds on the rip prior to planting, and that'll create the space and the competition-free environment that those trees need to get established. And then the last step that we've done so far now is just overseeing the planting and the fertilising that's going on site right now today. So trees are getting installed.
Yeah, no, it's just been a great experience, and yeah, been glad to be a part of it, and yeah, working with the people I've been working with. Yeah, no, it's been good. Grabbing trays of trees, going along, counting our steps and spacing, and digging a hole, putting the tree in the ground, make sure it's there, firmly in. Yeah, you got to have a passion for it. Yeah, just being outside and out in the sunshine. Yeah, it's good office to work in.
I've heard that the trees are the lungs of the earth, so it's very important to have healthy air and a clean environment. The more trees, the better. And it looks nice, it feels nice, it is nice. So yeah, I'm all for growing trees. It's just an important part of the area where we live. It sounds like an awful big job compared to what I'm used to doing, but yeah, it seems like a very worthwhile thing to do, and I can only imagine here 20, 30 years from now all of these labours and the money that's being spent will pay off.
If anyone is looking at revegetating their land, I do strongly recommend contacting Greenfleet. They've got the experience, they've got the expertise in doing these kinds of projects. They're very passionate about what they do. And on behalf of our community, I would like to say thank you very much to Greenfleet and your supporters. Thank you.